I remember the thrill of uncovering a hidden treasure in the most unexpected place, a simple coin that holds decades of history and mystery. Today, I'm excited to take you on a journey with the 1963 US. One penny. This isn't just any cent. It's a small piece of American heritage that, when examined closely, reveals nuances and stories that even seasoned collectors will appreciate. Back in 1963, America was on the brink of social and cultural change, yet this penny was minted as a quiet testament to enduring tradition. The obverse proudly features the familiar and dignified profile of Abraham Lincoln, a design that has graced our currency since 1909, while the reverse displays the iconic Lincoln Memorial. What might seem like a routine minting process hides a deeper narrative. Many of these coins have survived everyday wear and tear, and those in exceptional condition now carry a value that far exceeds their face value. The art behind the coin is as compelling as the history it represents. Lincoln's portrait isn't merely an image, it's a work of art carefully engraved to capture not only his likeness, but also the spirit of an era. Look at the intricate detail in his hair and the subtle lines that speak of the life he led. On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial isn't just a building, it's a symbol. Every column and arch is rendered with a precision that invites you to look closer, reminding you of the architectural beauty and historical significance embedded in every detail. But what truly makes the 1963 penny a gem for collectors isn't just its historical design. It's the subtle variations that occur in the minting process. Most of these coins were produced in massive numbers, yet not every coin is created equal. A few may carry slight differences, a rare mint mark, an off-center strike, or even the much-debated double die error. These small anomalies, almost invisible to the naked eye, can transform an otherwise common penny into a coveted rarity. For instance, a 1963 penny with a crisp, clear 1963 date and a distinct mint mark can command a premium price in the marketplace, especially when it's graded in mint state by reputable services. Now, let's dive into what these details mean for your collection. A genuine 1963 penny should have a well-defined date and, if applicable, a mint mark that tells you where it was produced, often Philadelphia with no mark or Denver with a D. The quality of the strike, the clarity of Lincoln's profile, and the depth of the engraving all contribute to its value. A coin that retains its original luster, free of excessive wear, stands in stark contrast to those that have been handled carelessly over time. Even minor scratches or a dulled finish can significantly affect the coin's grading and, consequently, its market value. Turning to the current market, it's fascinating to see how a coin that started as an everyday object can evolve into a highly prized collectible. In general, circulated examples might only be worth a few dollars more than their face value. However, coins in exceptional condition, graded MS-63 or higher, have been known to attract bids in the hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auctions. Over the past few years, collectors have witnessed a steady climb in the value of these well-preserved pennies, driven by both rarity and nostalgia. Notable auction results have shown that even a slight error or an outstanding state of preservation can push the value of a 1963 penny to remarkable heights. It's a classic case of quality over quantity. Although millions of these coins were minted, finding one that has been preserved in near-perfect condition is like finding a needle in a haystack. The grading process plays a crucial role here. A coin that scores high on the grading scale not only highlights its mint state, but also its potential as a long-term investment. This subtle interplay of historical significance and modern market dynamics makes the 1963 penny a fascinating study for both collectors and investors alike. Beyond the tangible details and market trends, the 1963 penny carries with it a rich tapestry of stories and myths. There's a popular legend among collectors that finding an uncirculated 1963 penny is like stumbling upon a tiny time capsule, a remnant of a bygone era that holds the promise of hidden history. Some enthusiasts even share anecdotes of discovering these pennies tucked away in old wallets, forgotten jars, or family heirlooms passed down through generations. Whether these stories are steeped in myth or grounded in reality, they add a layer of personal connection to the coin, transforming it from a simple piece of metal into a storyteller of America's past. On a technical level, understanding the nuances of condition-based value variations is essential for anyone serious about their collection. A well-preserved coin will exhibit a brilliant mirror-like finish, with every detail of Lincoln's portrait and the memorial sharply defined. In contrast, a coin that has been heavily circulated might show signs of wear such as a dulled finish, softened details, and even scratches that obscure the fine lines of the design. These differences are critical. A coin in near-perfect condition isn't just more visually appealing, it's also significantly more valuable. The gradings can vary, and even a small difference, say between MS-60 and MS-63, can result in a substantial price difference on the market. For those of you who already own a 1963 penny or are considering adding one to your collection, here are a few collecting tips that can make a world of difference. First, authentication is key. If you're uncertain about the coin's authenticity or its grading, consider having it evaluated by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. These organizations offer an unbiased assessment that can verify not only the coin's condition, but also its provenance and potential value. Second, proper storage is non-negotiable. Keep your coins in acid-free holders or capsules to protect them from environmental factors like humidity, temperature changes, and accidental handling. Even the best preserved coins can deteriorate if not stored correctly. Another useful tip is to familiarize yourself with the subtle differences that distinguish a 1963 penny from similar coins. For example, coins from adjacent years like 1962 or 1964 might appear almost identical at first glance. However, a closer inspection often reveals slight differences in the die or the quality of the engraving. By comparing your coin to verified examples, either through reference books or trusted online resources, you can avoid misidentifications that might affect its perceived value. It's these small, often overlooked details that can truly set a genuine 1963 penny apart from a lookalike. Collecting isn't just about the financial aspect, it's about the thrill of discovery and the joy of connecting with history. Each 1963 penny tells its own story, from the era of its minting to the personal stories of those who have treasured it over the years. Whether you inherited a coin from a family member, found one during a routine cleanup, or actively sought it out as a potential investment, there's a deep satisfaction in knowing that you're holding a piece of history in your hand. When you think about it, the 1963 penny is a perfect example of how something seemingly ordinary can become extraordinary. It bridges the gap between everyday life and the rich tapestry of American history. Even among the myriad coins that have circulated over the decades, the 1963 US. One penny stands out, not just because of its design or the rarity of its condition, but because of the personal connections and memories it inspires. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive into the 1963 US. One penny. I hope this journey has not only enriched your understanding of this remarkable coin, but also inspired you to look a little closer at the treasures in your own collection. If you have your own stories, tips, or even a rare find related to the 1963 penny, I'd love to hear about them. After all, every coin has a tale to tell, and each of us is part of that ongoing story. Happy collecting. And remember to always cherish the small details. They often hold the biggest stories